Hi, I'm Alex and this is Tank Tested. Today we'll be talking to Hiep Hong. He's an aquascaper who created the highest ranked aquascape in US history. Last year, his tank placed 4th in the world. I hope you enjoy his story. Here's Hiep to tell you how he did it.
My name is Hiep Hong. In 2018, I've ranked 4th in the IAPLC, the highest US ranking in the history of the contest. The IAPLC is hosted by Aqua Design Amano, or ADA. Mr. Amano pretty much pioneered the whole aquascaping nature aquarium scene. And every year they hold a contest, which most aquascapers consider to be something like the World Series of Aquascaping. The who's who of aquascaping compete in this contest. You submit one photo of your aquarium from the front, and based on that photo, it's judged and ranked. So it was quite a surprise for me in 2018. I felt like my tank wasn't mature enough, the carpet wasn't full. Although composition-wise, I felt like it was great, my best work ever. I didn't expect for it to do well, so I was at work one day and my sister texted me. She said that, sorry, I was in the shower and I missed your package. And I wasn't expecting anything in the mail. She said, it's from Aqua Design something, I don't know. And so when I heard that, something clicked in my head.
This is it. Oh my God.
So I finally went to the post office and picked up the package. I started feeling shocked.
Oh my God.
Number 4! In the whole world!
I can't believe this.
It's one of the proudest moments of my life.
Oh man.
Is that a tear? It's okay.
I can't believe it. I actually did it. I have to go to Japan.
It was like a dream come true, and I didn't expect it to happen so soon, but I've always dreamed about, ranking high and being on the stage at their award ceremony in Japan, and it happened after just 3 years of competing in that contest. So we'll start at the bottom, move our way up to the top and the back. I started with dwarf hairgrass, Aqauscaping sp minima. It's a tropica tissue culture. Between the carpet and the rocks at the bottom of the hardscape had some starry gine repens. I used a lot of Anubias, a lot of Microsorum narrowleaf or narrowleaf java fern. It's my favorite plant, by the way, and so you'll find it in every one of my layouts. Besides that, I've got Nymphea red tiger lotus, not only just there at the bottom from where I planted it, but I also had a group that grew to the surface in the back. And that's most of the tank. It's mostly a java fern tank, a glorified java fern tank. So tiger barbs, I feel like their muted orangish yellow colors really match well with the tiger lotus, which is also kind of an orangish red. They're really easy to get, they're commonly available. They have great schooling behavior, and they were cheap, something that was a consideration for me at the time as well. This layout is a perfect example of, using a really common fish but making really letting it shine and be a star. If you're serious about considering photo competitions, it's actually a really good idea to have the camera you're going to shoot your photo shoot with up and where it would be, and maybe even take reference photos as you're planning out the layout. I had a Nikon D7000. It's got a 35mm prime lens. I've heard judges' comments that sometimes the super wide angle lenses have too much of a dramatic effect. 35 is what I had. I liked the way it looked, and it just barely fit in the room. Like how far I had to scoot back, it was just enough. I spent about 8 hours shooting this tank and picked through about 1,500 photos until I found the perfect one. The fish position, it was just perfect. Really fortunate and lucky that I got that photo. The reason I love it so much is I've got one big island or structure on the right side of the photo, and I also have a smaller island facing the opposite direction. And in the same way, the fish are organized that way as well. So I've got a large group of fish in the same direction on the right side, and a smaller group in the same direction. So it all really mirrors the aquascape itself, the fish position. It was just perfect. The second I saw it, I knew that it would be the one.
Hi, this is Alex again, and there's more to Hiep's story, but we'll get to that after this quick break. Maybe one day I'll have actual sponsors, but until that happens, I want to ask for your support directly, and there are 2 ways that you can do that. First, you can hit the subscribe button and then that little bell so you're notified when I upload a video. See, I spend around 40 hours making each one of these uploads, and I want to make sure that you actually see them. Second, you can support me on Patreon. Making these videos gets pricey, especially when I'm talking to experts around the country. Travel expenses, camera gear, and editing software add up, and the AdSense that I get from these videos often doesn't even cover my base expenses for making these videos. So if you can spare even $1 a month, I can keep these lights on and the camera rolling. All of these wonderful people already support me, and I couldn't be more thankful. There's a link to my Patreon down below. But if you can't afford it or you just don't want to, that's okay. Why not just share one of my videos somewhere that other people can enjoy it? Now, back to Hiep and the rest of his story.
When I scape for enjoyment at home, there needs to be a dynamic point of view. You're not always just going to be sitting there at your couch looking at it. You'll be looking at it walking by. People will come over and explore the tank from all angles. So I think it's important to consider that when you're doing your layout. The way that it looks from here, from over there, from the side. Sometimes you can put in nice little Easter eggs where there's a certain rock or a certain plant that you couldn't see from the front, but from the side you could see and appreciate. So that's how I would say that the difference is between scaping for a photo, where it's very important how it looks from head on, where you're going to be taking the photo. I'm just a very passionate hobbyist. I try my best to share the hobby with people, expand our hobby, get more people in the United States doing it. I also am the president of the Aquascaping Collective, which is our version of a North American Aquascapers Union. We share our works with each other and give each other feedback, criticism, guidance on how we can improve our aquascapes to have a bigger presence on the international scene. We want to be a part of your growth, and I want to share that with everybody. I also really encourage people to reach out to people that they admire. See if you can get guidance from them and help from them. Most of these guys in the hobby are really welcoming people, and they'll help you if they're not too busy. To get help from the person who inspires you is really great for your growth, because you'll start to pick up on their techniques, on their aesthetics, and that's what I did, you know. Reach out to me, I'm happy to help. Sometimes I can get busy, but I always try to reply when I can. I can be found on YouTube, Glass Canvas Aquascape. Instagram is Hipsta, that's spelled Hiepsta. I'm also on Facebook, Hiep Hong, Hiephong.
I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, check out some of my other work. And I want to thank Hiep for letting me use his archive of photos and video. Links to his social media and YouTube channel are in the description below, as is a link to the Aquascapers Collective if you're interested in checking them out. I hope you have a wonderful week.